In this video, we're at the Catalyst community by KB Homes at Communications Hill, where we'll cover the best things to do in and around the area, the 3 floor plans that are associated with the Catalyst here at KB Homes, and then finally, the 3 biggest mistakes that I see homebuyers making when purchasing new construction here in Silicon Valley. This is Danny Gould with the Selling Silicon Valley Group. Welcome to another video. Now, before we get into the video, if you're a home buyer looking for new construction anywhere in Silicon Valley, go ahead and text the word new home to the number down below for a comprehensive guide to all new construction sites here in Silicon Valley. There are so many amazing things to do here around Communications Hill, and my team has had a lot of success in selling homes here in Communications Hill, so we're quite familiar with the area and everything that's around it. Now, the 3 things that I love most about this community, number 1 is how proximal it is to Oak Ridge Mall. If you guys are new to the Silicon Valley marketplace, Oak Ridge Mall is one of the premier shopping malls around the area, and there's lots to do there. There's movie theaters, there's great dining options, etc. Another thing that's really close to Communications Hill here is one thing you might not actually know about this area is that there's currently a proposal in place for a new K-8 school to be built here at Communications Hill, and that is something that is being worked on actively by the community around it. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's something that I know that is currently being worked on by community members and HOA members around the area. Second place to visit around here would be the Plant Shopping Center. The Plant has a ton of dining options as well as shopping. You have Target, you have Best Buy. There are, we're talking like maybe 30, 40 different restaurants. I can't name them all, but just to name a few, we have Poke Bowl, we have Tapioca Express. I know they have Famous Dave's, they have Five Guys, Jamba Juice. Well, let me put it to you this way, you're not gonna go hungry, I promise you that. And then finally, my favorite thing to do around here, aside from look at the amazing views around the community, I mean, this community has some of the best views in all of San Jose. But perhaps my favorite thing to do around here is to go to a Keys down at Waterford Plaza. It's the newest key around the area. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Keys, they are famous. They are famous for their industrial strength swirls. Basically, a really, really powerful margarita. Nothing better than capping off a busy week with a swirl at a Keys. Then you can go sweat it all off at the Orange Theory that just opened up at Communications Hill at Waterford Plaza as well. Now, the floor plans at the Catalyst here are actually quite varied. There's 3 distinct floor plans, but there are some variations in those floor plans themselves. And as you can see here, the different floor plans are quite varied between 2 to 4 bedrooms. So there's quite a range in the 3 different floor plans. The base floor plan starts at around $1 million and it goes up from there. The 2 to 3 bedroom one, there is a difference between the 2 to 3 bedrooms in the fact that one of them has a den instead of a bedroom. With all the different options that there are, not just here at Communications Hill, I mean, we have 4 different subdivisions being built out. There are so many options when it comes to buying new construction, not just here, but all over the Bay Area. And so, it's very natural for home buyers' heads to be spinning. And as a result of all this confusion, I do see home buyers making a lot of mistakes in the home buying process when it comes to purchasing new construction. The 3 most critical mistakes that I see home buyers making when purchasing new construction, number 1 would be not sourcing enough opinions when it comes to finding a loan product for them. Most buyers, when they enter a new construction community, will likely get pre-approved by an in-house lender at that specific community. And the builder will make it very appealing to actually go with that lender. They will, by offering some sort of credit at closing. What you'll see around here is typically like a $5,000 to $10,000 credit at closing, which is quite a bit of money. However, because there's so much incentive for the buyers to use that lender, I see a lot of them not get approved with a second or third lender trying to source multiple opinions. By not sourcing multiple opinions, the buyers are leaving themselves susceptible to not getting the best rate possible. And so oftentimes what you'll see is that these lenders actually have inflated interest rates. And so, yeah, they're giving you a credit at closing, but they're not actually giving you the best rate possible. And so eventually the bank is going to make all that up plus way more in interest payments over the 30-year period that you have your loan. I always recommend getting at least 2 to 3 different opinions when you go in to a new construction site so that you have plenty of leverage and plenty of negotiating power to try and get the lenders that are offering you that credit to come down and offer you the same great interest rate that other banks are offering you. The second mistake I see a lot of home buyers make when purchasing new construction is not knowing how to negotiate with builders and not understanding what and what isn't negotiable when it comes to purchasing a new construction home. You see, the Silicon Valley marketplace, especially when it comes to new construction, is very seasonal. And so, depending on the time of year that you're purchasing the new construction property, builders are going to be more or less willing to give concessions at closing or during the process of negotiating either the purchase price or any type of upgrades. And so, you have to know how to ask the right questions to see what the builder's most flexible on that time at that time. Are they most flexible on price? Are they most flexible on upgrades and different features that they're going to include in the home? Are they more flexible on closing costs? Or is it a really slow time for them and they are flexible on everything? Or are they super hot? And the main value in having someone with you is to try and get you as high up on that priority list as possible so that you're the first one that gets dibs on the properties when they're being released. So knowing how to ask the right questions and knowing how to figure out what the builders are most flexible on is where real estate agents come into play. And that's what leads me to my third biggest mistake, which is actually the biggest mistake that I see many home buyers make when it comes to purchasing new construction in Silicon Valley. And that's not having a real estate agent present when negotiating their new construction home. And the reason that you see a lot of home buyers make this mistake is because they believe that they're going to be saving on the commission if they don't bring in a real estate agent. And that couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is that the builder pays the real estate agent, not the buyer. There is no rebate back to the buyer from the builder to buyers that don't have a real estate agent. That is a misconception. Now, the truth is that the builder does save the commission when negotiating with a buyer that doesn't have representation. But do you think they're gonna save it for the buyer, or do you think they're gonna save it for themselves? The reality is when you walk into a new construction site without representation, you're gonna be represented by the sales associates that the builder has hired, meaning that they really have the builder's best interest at heart, not yours. Not only can a real estate agent help negotiate the best upgrades, terms, and price for you, and not only can they help you source the best financing options available for you, but they can also help you read through the contract and make sure that all the terms and everything that you agreed upon verbally are actually expressed in the contract. I've seen many instances of home buyers being promised one thing and then contractually being given something completely different. Sometimes it's not even a matter of them taking advantage of you, it's just complete oversight. And so rather than go through the pain and suffering of that, it's better to have a real estate agent. It costs you nothing and you gain a fiduciary on your side that has your best interest at heart. If you're in need of an agent to help represent and negotiate for you when it comes to purchasing new construction anywhere in Silicon Valley, go ahead and text the word New Home Help to the number down below, and one of our agents will be more than happy to assist you. That's all for this video. If you have any questions about any of the different subdivisions being built out here at Communications Hill or any other Silicon Valley new construction sites, you can go ahead and text the word New Home Help to the number down below, and we'll be more than happy to answer any and all of your questions. This is Danny Gould, everyone, with the Selling Silicon Valley Group. We'll catch all of you in the next video.